What's going on? Just kidding. I've moved. How cool is that? What's this horse?
Welcome.
Up next, we got a new track.
I've got my microphone on, haven't I? I can probably talk. I understand what you mean. Like I can see it. It has a similar look to it, but with a modern, space age twist to it. What's that little thing floating around? Is that like a little robot helper or something? Or oh, what are you using? Like a snake or something, or some kind of whip? Looks like a snake.
I am not a witch. I heard there are some uncomplimentary rumors.
So are you a tanker? Is that? I didn't. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. Do you? Is it different classes? I'm asking because it looks like you got a shield and a sword, so I'm guessing you're a tank class. Awesome. I might have to give it a go. But like I said to you, I get distracted so easily. I've got, Xbox and I got a Switch recently and Oculus Rift as well. So I just try to, I'm trying to stick to one thing for a little bit. Oops. Is it PvP? Like, can you be attacked like in here? Like, does it? Me personally, like, that's not a bad thing. I'm not much of a PvPer, so it's completely fine. I just kind of wondered. I was doing a quest last night and I got killed. I came around a corner and I don't know. I must have like tagged this person somehow. I think they were just hiding behind something and it just took me down instantly. So it's kind of I don't know, a little bit annoying. Heard I've heard of it. I just haven't. Again, you know, I haven't been. I haven't been looking because Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay. I'll check it out when you upload it, man. You know, I don't have a problem with gender lock. I used to play male characters in World of Warcraft, and then I just I actually I prefer to look at, you know, a character like this. How you going, Epic? How can you not love looking at this this kind of a fighter? Oh, I don't have a problem. Like I was saying, I mean, you know, I played a male warrior in World of Warcraft for years and years. It was only when they brought the Draenei out that I kind of went, you know what, I don't mind the look of the Draenei. And yeah, ever since I've just always enjoyed kind of this tailing behind a shapely woman, I guess. And it's, I don't know, it's a little bit weird, but I have more of a protective kind of feeling towards characters like this. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's obviously it's an a primordial sort of like um you get what I'm saying. You know what? Like, I'm not sure if you watch anime as well, but have a look at all of the kind of the heroes in anime. It's all they're very matriarchal. It's all women. There are, I'm not saying it's all, but the majority of them are. Yeah, so you look at a lot of the lead or main characters in anime, and it's there's only really a couple of classes in this game though that are gender locked. Like it seems to me that there's this particular character. I'm getting the feeling that this striker is going to be a male gender lock. Warrior's a male gender lock. But the the ninja has both. The wizard has both. The tamer's gender lock too. Yeah, I don't know. It's it's what you're into. I watched Death Note, like the first series, and I just kind of, I think it took ages for them to bring out the next one. I just didn't see it anywhere, so I kind of moved on. I wouldn't mind going back and having a look, because I did like it, but I've just been I subscribe to something similar to Crunchyroll. In Australia, we have a thing called Anime Lab, so I just kind of subscribe to that, and it's they've got more stuff than you can poke a stick at. So I'm always like getting and I binge watch them. Like I've got a Microsoft Surface which I have kind of propped up next to my bed, so I usually just like when I'm going to sleep or when I'm waking up in the morning, I just chuck on a couple of episodes or something. I mean, it's hard for me to explain to people who aren't into it, or they've never watched anything. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I'm hooked. I'm addicted to the stuff. But I was gonna say, like for instance, my brother, his daughter's just getting into it, and he doesn't understand it. And I try to explain it to him, and there's just some people who aren't interested and they're not willing to even look at it. Yeah, there is. It's at least 30, 35 seconds. I'll type that because I'll beat the voice. Yeah, no, I think it's longer. You know what though? The reason I'm going to type this and say it at the same time. The reason I have the embedded chat stream, is to try give you an idea of when I hear and respond. Because I think they're a bit closer. Yeah, what I was saying was, you know, I yeah, it's hold on, let me type this. It's actually Google's side and the software to stream. Google does it so you guys don't see buffering constantly, especially with the amount of data. Hold on. You know what? I'm just going to talk it out, and you can. But yeah. So Google has, I think it's about a 30-second buffer, and it's mainly so they can reprocess. Because remember, I'm streaming. Well, it's got to be 8,500 or so. So their maximum, like I tried to push it up to 9. I can go up to whatever I want, but no, sorry, I shouldn't say that. But I'm just saying, like being on Fibre, it doesn't affect me at all how much sort of data I push out. But I was going to say they have to re-encode it for other people as well, so they need a little bit of lead time just to be able to do that kind of stuff. There is a low latency that I could switch on, but I worry, you know, to tell you the truth, because usually I don't normally talk. Hold on, let me type it. I'm just going to get out of the way. Yeah, that's the weird thing, isn't it? So my streaming software actually has its own connection to the chat. So so it can actually get messages. My stream can get messages before I see them. It's a bit weird, but yeah, look, there's not much I can really do at the moment. I can try to sort of minimize it a little bit, but I'm not sure what impact. You know what? Next time I stream, I'll try to get it down as low as I can, just to kind of see what that's like. But look, so again, if you ask a question, watch the stream for the question to pop up, and in theory, I should be answering it about when I see it. But just to kind of go back on to finish off what I was saying before, yeah, my brother just doesn't get anime at all. So and it's kind of sad when people won't even give it a chance, because you know the story writing in some of it is just brilliant. You know. Actually, I watched a movie just recently called Your Name, which, you know, these kind of stories, you know, they just kind of... Actually, I think it was based roughly on a film, a Western film. What's up, gamer? Yeah, the stories are really good. And their humour, like the humour is very similar to what I grew up with, so I just find some of it hilarious. Why is that, gamer? What's going on? So you're recording offline, right? Oh, sorry. For instance, I stream and I don't store a local copy, so it just goes to the Google servers. Versus, I could just record it to my hard drive, do whatever I need to do, and then upload it at a later stage. And I was just asking, so you're recording it to your drive and then doing the manipulation on the computer side? I considered doing the same thing. All right, Epic, take it easy, man. Good to see you. Yeah, gamer. I was just going to say, I considered doing that as well, and then I thought, you know what? If I do that, I'm just going to edit the stuff that I don't like. And then I thought, well, in fact, I probably wouldn't upload anything at all because most of the time, I'm just stuffing around. Like I'm not, I'm showing off what the game looks like visually. I hope it sort of translates through YouTube because I just think it looks good, and that's kind of it. Like there's no real plan of attack as far as I'm concerned. Like I just start, and if if I meet up with people or we end up doing something, I mean that's just kind of um, on the fly. So I think that sometimes that works best anyway. Also, one of the other things I find is when you edit videos up, people kind of cut out a lot of the in between. And sometimes you want to see a little bit of the in between. So, it's like, for instance, it takes me a minute, minutes to get from one side of the map to the other and that kind of stuff. Like, people don't usually get to see that because, somebody might be doing a review on something and they'll go, oh, yeah, I'm in the town. Now I'm fighting creatures. Now I'm doing a boss. It sort of just jumps from one spot to the other. So that's why I appreciate, seeing things like your video where you're sort of running around and it's kind of this natural sort of thing. So you should maybe just try that. Just go for it. Just stream off the bat.
I am not a witch. I heard there are some uncomplimentary rumors going around about our Crow Martians Guild.
OBS, it's pretty straightforward. In your settings, there'll be a like a streaming section and a recording section, and you just go into your streaming. Oh, okay. There's a ton of help, like videos and stuff like that, on using OBS. I've even seen people talking about like how to do plugins and that kind of stuff. I'm not sort of really I don't care too much for all of the flashy sort of bits and pieces floating around, but I haven't seen action. I use, if I'm doing video editing, I've actually got a program called Corel Visual Studio. I bought it like a few years back, and I've never really had any use for it because I don't do that many sort of video edits. Yeah, look, I'm not streaming this game's really the first time I've started streaming. Like, I'm not really a streamer sort of, or I'm not an old school streamer, so I'm only doing it really just for the fun of it at the moment. And if people get some information out of it, or they get to see something maybe they wouldn't normally see, then that's a bonus. I do feel guilty a lot of the time because a lot of the time I'm either just riding from one spot to another, or I'm doing the stuff that just is really quite boring. I mean, if you want to go for the, you've got Adobe Premiere. I don't know if I haven't seen it for years. I remember using it a few years back, but that's kind of like the top of the line, I think. And then you've got, well, like I said, the Corel Visual Studio. There's a ton, like even Windows Media, I think, used to have video editing. I'm actually, OBS is a really good program, actually. I'm surprised because, a lot of the time finding a decent kind of streamer is, everyone just seems to be in it for the money now. So to find some decent software which is free is pretty cool. No, look, I was going to say, at one point, you could get away with using Windows Media. So I don't know. It used to be called Windows Movie Maker or something along those lines. I don't even know if they still do it, but it was like a basic version of Premiere, or well, I shouldn't even compare it because it was very basic. But it had the ability to drag timelines around and that kind of stuff. Look, I really don't know. I've had the same kind of software for a while, and like I said, it's just Corel Visual Studio. In fact, it's a couple of versions old now. So yeah, I'm not the person to be giving advice on what kind of video editing software to be using. One of the things also I find with stuff like that is it's really a personal. It's like with anything. Like, if I've got one, I drive a particular brand of car. Somebody else might drive a particular brand of car. Like, you know, I love mine, they might love theirs. It's the same with software. You know, I'm fine with Corel stuff. Other people go, no, you need to use Adobe. It's not, or Adobe. You know, it's just kind of one of these personal preferences. I don't go in for that whole, I don't know, that kind of tribal mentality where everyone has to stick to the same thing of everything. I'm completely fine having a look for myself. And I suggest the same. So maybe test out a couple and sort of come to a decision and go, you know what, I find this one easiest, or this has the most help, or this has the best plugins. You know, just you want to find what works for you. I'm just going to kill some of these fish guys for a minute. Whoop. Yeah, look, it's the same for me, man. I get, you know, the people that I want to play with are like just getting up when I'm going to bed, or vice versa. Like they're going to bed when I'm getting up. It's really, you know, it's a little bit of, it's hard to make friends with these time zones sometimes. I did a really long video the other day. It was like 8.5 hours. I only realised after I'd finished. It was like, seriously, I just streamed for that long. I had to put a table of contents in, otherwise no one's going to sit there for 8 hours. Yeah, look, I try to point out the interesting parts of a video because, again, you know, a lot of my videos are just like traveling, selling stuff. You know, it's just kind of the boring. So if I can go, look, jump here and you'll see this, or jump there, and you know, it just saves people a lot of time, I think. And I would appreciate it too, like, if people did that. I just want to kill a few of these guys because I noticed their scales will actually give you like a weapons box. Oh yeah, it was coincidence. I just said that. So I'm just getting these guys. I noticed. Let me see if I got any. Hold on, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Um, there's a secondary weapons box that I want to have a look at. I don't know what this accuracy secondary weapon is, so it's mainly for that reason. I can convert them. Even if I look, I haven't done file stacking and stuff yet. And that's something that I want to look into. So even if I use these kind of secondary and primary weapons to get file stacks with, I'm not having to buy, weapons just to sort of blow away to repair the other ones. Does that make sense, or am I? Did that, Ivan? Did you get that? Yeah, cool. Sorry, there's a delay between the video and the audio. It used to be coming here at level is fun though. Like, when these are actually a challenge to fight. I've died quite a few times here actually. Are you an Aussie, or is that a? Take it easy, gamer. I'll check out those videos in a little bit when I get a minute. But I'll probably shoot you some comments too. Oh, okay. You realise that no worries and mate are very Australian things. Yeah, no worries, mate. She'll be right. It's just very familiar to me. Do you play? Are you playing? Oh, all right, no worries, gamer. I'll talk to you in a minute. Sorry, yeah, Ivan, are you playing this game at the moment? Yeah, no props. Don't be sorry, man. Um, was that your only option? Look, I mean, I wish that I want to play on a Japanese or Korean server, mainly for the fact that they're only like 1 hour difference from here. I just think it'd be nice to be sort of in the similar time zone to other people. Because most of Europe for me is about 8 hours, like minus 8 hours. The US is about minus 16 hours. Yeah. Um, don't worry, I know exactly what that's like. Yeah, so imagine knowing that 1 hour away is another group of servers and you're not allowed to use them. It's the land of servers. It's 2:30, man. You should get some sleep. Yeah, you know what I'm finding actually. The later it gets, the more distracted I get. So, like if you watch any of the videos where it's like, people are saying you should be logging off. It's because I'm just like completely off with the fairies. You know what I'm finding actually around this time? It's a little bit quiet. Like, there's not much happening. But again, I'm on the European servers. So in the US, yeah, look, I remember, again, the people I used to play with in World of Warcraft, they were just getting up usually an hour or two as I was sort of going to bed. It kind of hurts your relationships. Oh, sorry. Stop. Cortana's trying to. She thought I was talking to her. Cortana? Really?
Yeah, really.
Stop. Go away. Cortana, go away. Cortana. Go away.
Okay.
I'm serious. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I was saying it hurts your sort of relationship with, especially like. So I was in the guild that I was in for many, many years, and it'd be like we'd always get new people coming in and doing runs and stuff like that, and it's like they're the kind of people maybe that I'd never met before. So it'd be like, who's this? You know, who's this person in the guild? Like we don't, and you just never get to know these people. Sorry about that Cortana issue.
Are you going to Lake Kaya? Then invest in his node. We catfish men want peace. Do you guys use Cortana at all? Just give me a minute, man. I'll take a look.
So heavy.
Are you going to let Kaya? Then invest in this node. We Catfish men want peace and no more war.
Maybe some milk. Huh? I think I'm getting a little bit of lag actually. Damn. I'd have to grab a coffee in a second. Where are my pets? Oh, silly. Oh, it's an elite. Well, he's energetic. Hmm.
Are you going to let Kyle? Then invest in his node.
I'm taking the month of April off of
I hope my old buddies like the new me.
Damn. I have to kill 300 of them? Welcome back, man. Sorry, I'm just gonna kill 300 of these things, so. You know something? Get some sleep, man. It's gonna be there tomorrow. You can always finish it off then. Whoop. Alright, leg. I'm getting some lag. Yeah, what are you changing to? Alpha Spike, yeah, I like that. Kind of has that feeling of, you know, kind of a cutting edge. Because usually when software is coming out, it's essentially an alpha release. But also alpha being dominant. Asta, I haven't heard of it. Welcome back, man. I actually no, I didn't know. That's cool, man.
Are you going to Lake Kaya? Then invest in this node.
You've just changed it, man. You know what? A lot of to tell you the truth, a lot of the time I'm looking at the screen, and sometimes like I use the stream chat, but yeah, I apologize for not picking that up. And you know what? Now you mention it, I just scrolled up and I do realise it is. Hold on, I'm getting pounded. Where's my horse? Over there. Don't do it, man. Hold on. Just bear with me for one sec. I'm just going to grab my horse and then I'm going to quickly make a coffee. I think in about 1 minute I'm going to get hit with a a weight limit penalty. Like worse than I am. I'm already 120. Is it? Wait, what? Horsey. Lovely. Yeah, it's 138%.
I have undivided loyalty for Parliament.
Come on. All right, I'm going to grab a coffee real quick. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Too expensive to buy.
So I decided to move, man. Got a new house. It's this one here. Oh, need to get rid of some stuff. Fish. Thanks, man. Let me just get rid of some of this weight.
If you've a lot of stuff, leave it with me. Within your allotted space, of course.
So many dark elves.
What the hell are you talking Shall we settle this the old...
That was a bit scary. Two-story. Go for it, man. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking it's actually probably not too far off dinner time here. I was thinking I might go in a minute and make some dinner. Actually, I've been getting into a little bit of Zelda. Welcome back, man. Oh. Just a moment.
Myślę, że jego Polska.
I think it's Polish.
Dawid, nadal jesteś tam?
Welcome. Hold on a sec. I'm not sure what that is. YouTube is live. Oh, okay. Yeah, so yeah, I see what it is.
This is a legal business permitted by the head of the League of Merchants. You can trust me.
All right, listen, I might take off for a little bit. Like I said before, I'm going to make some dinner because it's only 5:30. By the time I'm done cooking and stuff, it's going to be like 6:30. So I might be back on in a couple of hours. But look, I'm guessing, with it being in the middle of the night for you, you're probably going to head off to bed. So if I don't see you when I get back, man, take it easy, and I'll talk to you later. And thanks for hanging out with me at school. And I'm going to leave you some comments in your videos there.